Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is one of the newest premium tanks on the block. It's the new Defender, the Object 252U, also known as the Defender, and it's been driven today by my old mate Icarism from 1AR clan, and he's platooning up with Von the Burglar, one of the nicest blokes I've ever had the pleasure to meet. In TeamSpeak, it's a 1AR platoon, and it's no shenanigans in this video. This is all serious business. Von the Burglar and Icarism have bought themselves a Defenders. Of course, the difference between the two Defenders on sale, well, one's called the Defender, and it comes with that groovy paint job. Bit of red stuff there, the 252 on the front, and of course, a little bit of scribble on the barrel, and the hammer and sickle on the turret, which I reckon looks really, really cool. And if I was to buy one, I reckon I'd get one with the paint job. Of course, the ones that you've probably seen out and about would be the other ones without the camo paint are called the Object 252U, I think it is. As Icarism and Von the Burglar don't stuff around, they're heading straight down to where all the heavies do their business on Arctic region, and they're getting these guns ready. Look at that, 440 alpha damage, 225 penetration with standard rounds, which is AP. Premium rounds are APCR, 265 penetration, so an extra 40 mil of penetration. But Icarism won't need that onto the IS-6, as both Icarism and Von the Burglar looked like they put a shot into, well, the old popular tier 8 premium Russian heavy tank, the IS-6, and of course, look at that, that's what happens when a couple of Defenders get stuck into the IS-6. Of course, the IS-6 does have preferential matchmaking. I don't believe the Defenders do. In fact, I would put money on it they don't. Wargaming some time ago said that no more premium tanks will be getting preferential matchmaking. Anyway, the Defender, it's a pretty cool looking tank. One thing I reckon looks pretty cool, look at the front of the tracks. It almost looks like an open wheeled racing car, like a Formula 1 car or an Indy car, where the wheels are open. It looks pretty groovy. Now, I haven't bought one of these. I'm tempted to. I'm very tempted to. And you can see on the enemy Defender that even a shot onto a slightly angled side with standard rounds was a little bit of a challenge to penetrate. 2-1's a score. Icarism's got one of the kills, and he goes again for a shot to the enemy Defender. Again, it doesn't penetrate. He also bounces a shot from the Defender on the other side, and he's just waiting for his gun to reload. Of course, the Defender is not known for its speed. It's got the big Russian alpha damage, which easily penetrates the upper plate of the T-34, the hull of the T-34. That's what I was looking for. 1,735 hit points of damage, 670 blocked for Icarism. Von the Burglar is also having an absolute ripper of a game, which you'll see in the post-game battle results. And they're just looking at that T-95, probably hoping that artillery's aiming at him. Of course, I've only just started playing the T-95. It can be a very tough nut to crack. But then again, in other situations, sometimes you seem to cop damage from all and sundry. 4-1's a score. Icarism on 1,735 hit points, 670 block, 331 spotted. And of course, Icarism and Von the Burglar, they tend to platoon. From what I've noticed, they platoon a little bit. And they're always up for some good laughs and good advice too for if you first join, when people ask questions about tanks and stuff like that. Say, oh, you've got the Defender, what do you think of it? Yeah, it's not bad, it's pretty good. It looks pretty good. We've seen it a little bit in Clan Wars at tier 8. And of course, that's because it's got a good high alpha damage gun, but it can bounce shots from anybody if it's angled correctly. I still think it looks funny. I think it looks hilarious. But anyway, doesn't matter what it looks like. As Icarism cops a shot in the side from that T-28 prototype, so he's going to use this rock to his advantage. He hasn't fixed his gun yet. Let's see if he does now. Of course, the gun is not that accurate. You can see the bloom on the gun. Okay, the gun's damaged, but it's still got that Russian accuracy, which can be hit and miss as he aims towards a lower plate on that T-28 prototype on the enemy side. 8-5's the score, so they're not really in much trouble, but of course, Icarism wants to get some more damage, wants to turn this good game into an awesome game. He's already on 2,000 hit points of damage. He's blocked nearly 1,400, and he's having an absolute ripper. He's got most of his health. He's still on over 1,000 hit points. He doesn't penetrate that shot, but Von the Burglar penetrates his. And he's just waiting for that Russian gun to reload. So even now that he's fixed the gun, it doesn't look that accurate, especially if you're used to maybe British mediums and heavies, or Germans can be a little bit more accurate, not counting the 100 of course, but there you go. He's picked up his second kill, Icarusm, getting rid of the T28 prototype on the enemy side. And of course it's got traditional Russian gun handling, I guess you would say, looking at it from what I've seen. I haven't played one of these. The turret looks quite similar to the IS-6 turret. And of course that 440 alpha damage gun is quite an advantage when you're up against maybe T32s with the 90mm or other lower alpha tanks. Of course you can hide behind some terrain with your longer reload. The reload is a little bit longer than some heavy tanks, but if you've got somewhere to hide behind while you're reloading, similar to what you would do in an autoloader, then you can still have some pretty good games. And that's what Icarusm's having right here. 2 kills, 2,500 damage, 1,400 blocked, 722 damage spotted, and now he's just looking for an opportunity to get to. We can see where the enemy tanks are. A lot of them are up, pushing onto the base. It's just a Scorpion G, a tier 9 Waffle, and I think that other tank might be Type 4. Of course, Type 4's got plenty of armour. Icarusm now looking for enemy artillery as the low gets rid of that low that was down there with Von the Burglar, and that's what he was looking for. The Object 704, how could I forget? The Object 7. He fires clutch and the shot goes into the dirt. It wasn't fully aimed, so you can't blame him for that one. He does cop a damaging shot from the tier 9 Russian tank destroyer. And yeah, of course he doesn't have a repair kit anymore, so he needs to put up with this damaged engine. And of course the damaged engines, Wargaming have changed how they sound. Now they sound really, really sickly. But Icarusm on 2 kills. He's looking at that Object 704, thinking, you'll be, this bloke's got 1,600 health. I want some of that. There you go. There's 383. Reasonably low roll, but I'll take it. And of course he's side scraping well, and all that Object 704 is doing is damaging his tracks. That's probably that's a few shots that he's taken from the Object 704, and a lot of those shots, all they simply did was damage the tracks. As he gets a nice high roll there, 520 hit points of damage. That's probably the highest roll you're going to get on this 440 average damage gun. 13-9's the score now as the enemy artillery take the Type 4 heavy out who'd come down to play. And there's only 2 enemy tanks left. The Emil 1, who's all the way on the other side of the map, and Icarusm has no chance of going back there in time. Not with his damage engine and only 337 hit points left. But he'll be looking for that M40, M43, who was last spotted around about G2 or G3. Looked like he was running away like a scared little girl. 13-10 is the score, 3,389 hit points of damage, 2,140 damage blocked, and 1,028 spotting and assisted damage so far. 2 kills for Icarusm. Von the Burglar, not lucky enough to pick up a kill, but I can tell you without giving too much away, he's definitely contributed massively to this game. And have a listen to that sick Russian engine, the damage end. Nothing worse when you're in a heavy tank, when your engine's damaged, you just got to plod along. So Icarusm saying, well, he's probably thinking, I don't know what's happening on the other side of the map. I can see a Waffle up near our base, and I know there was an Emil there, but that Waffle could be on 10 hit points, that Emil could be full health, and that Emil could start capping at any minute. So the M43's killed the low. We know that M40 can't cap. The Emil probably can't, because that Waffle, as well as Von the Burglar have cleared that area. Icarusm probably thinking, I'll put a bit of cap pressure on, try and bait this M43 to come back and try and reset. And, you know, hopefully he'll get some damage. Still got premium ammunition loaded, but Yulti, kill number 3, taking out the M43. We've no idea where that Emil 1 is. Emil 1, not the slowest tank in the game, certainly not slower than a Defender with a damage engine, but you can see Von the Burglar here. And the tier 9 Waffle, Van Helsing, what a cool name. They've sort of cleared out this area, so there's no damage, no danger of that Emil capping, and a very good chance that Emil's come running back around here or down here. But just in case, why not grab some cap points? You can't really go after him, and even on 337 hit points, that would be 1 or 2 shots from the tier 8 Swedish auto-loading heavy tank, so you might as well just sit on the cap and force him to come to you as Icarus's platoon mate and the Waffle start trying to round up that tier 8 Swedish heavy tank. So the Defender looks pretty good to me. I reckon I'm very, very tempted to get the credit card out. I think those open tracks look absolutely awesome. Like it looks like a Formula 1 racing car. The bit of scribble on the gun, I'm not sure what it means. I probably could have Googled it. I probably should have Googled it. And what else have we got? There's more. The hammer and sickle, the red paint, which is probably supposed to look like something. And a badge there, which looks pretty groovy as well. I'm not sure if that's what comes with it. Or, yeah, that must be what's come with it. You can generally not put paint onto a tank like this. And the big 252 on the right side, which looks pretty cool as well. But you can see he's bounced plenty of shots. He's put in plenty of damage. There's only 15 seconds to go. 12 seconds before the cap timer runs out. No idea where that Emil went. I find it hard to believe if he went down here. I would find that very hard to believe because that's the direction. Von the Burglar sort of went up this way, I think. But it's clearly not around here. In the end, Icarus's going to cap it out. But why wouldn't you? It was a pretty good game and a pretty handy result for Icarus from 1IR in his Object 252U, the Defender. So Object 252U, that's what they're called when they have no camo, no standard camo. And I believe you can put normal camo on it if you really want to. Or the Defender has got those groovy details like Icarus's and Von the Burglar. For Icarus, it was an Ace Tanker Mastery badge for that performance. Spotter. Shell-proof for all that damage block, fire for effect, and invader medal for capping out the enemy base on his own. On the second page, you can see they both had pretty good games. 3,789 hit points of damage, 3 kills, 1,419 base experience. Of course, Von the Burglar not too far behind with 3,000 hit points of damage as well. And of course, this other guy, I didn't even see him, but he got second in the scoreboard. Icarus fired 17 shots, 15 hit. So who said Russian guns aren't accurate? 17 shot, 15 hit, only 9 penetrated, but he was shooting some heavily armoured vehicles at some stage. Of course, he got the 100 cap points. He blocked 2140, and he did over 1,000 assisted damage. And a pretty tidy profit there, 115,312 credits. Bottom line profit after tax. That's with a premium account. And of course, you could see that Icarus uses real gold to pay for his premium ammunition. So if he was paying for his ammunition with credits, that bottom line profit probably would have been a little bit less. But all in all, not a bad game from Icarus and Von the Burglar in their respective Object 252U, the new Tier 8 Russian premium heavy tank, the Defender. Thanks for the replays, lads. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care and see you all next time.